Hey there, this is Dave Cohen from 21 Trading Systems. This tutorial video is to run through the instructions of how to use the Grid EA that I've had made, and also an indicator called the Grid Builder that we're going to use to help us. So we'll go straight to the Grid Builder. I'll just need to click on here and my custom indicators, and it's just looking for Grid Builder. Now what this indicator does, it'll put a series of horizontal lines onto your chart. Now at the moment it's set at 50, and because this is an Apari 5-figure trading station, we need to change that. If we want a 50 pip line or gap, we need to change that by adding an extra naught. There we go, just close that down. So we can see here that each individual line is 50 pips apart. Now we see this move on the Great British Pound US dollar 1 hour chart. We can see here that a 50 pip grid might have been okay on this one. So basically we're just using this indicator to find the best settings for whatever we're trading. Now if we're trading a 5-minute chart, maybe a 50 pip grid's too big, or if we're trading a daily chart, again the 50 pip grid might be too small. So if I just pop that to a daily chart, we can see that definitely would be too small. So let's just go back to the hourly chart. And it doesn't look too bad, but what I'm going to do is just show you how to change the setting. And my indicators there, grid, and let's change that to a 30 pip grid. It's a 5-figure station, I forgot to add the extra naught, sorry about that. Okay, so now each of these lines now is 30 pips apart, and if we placed a trade here, the stop loss will be here, trade here, stop loss will be here, so that works out pretty well. So what I'm going to do is we're actually going to look at opening, or look at a 60 pip grid first of all. Change that to 60 pip grid. Yeah, that looks alright. So enter stop loss, enter stop loss, enter stop loss. Yeah, so now we've established what size of grid that we want to trade. I just need to get rid of that, and we need to go to our expert advisors, and we'll the Grid EA. Now first of all you click on it, drag it into the window. First of all we'll check that everything is ticked and make sure we allow DLL imports. Now the input, and these are different options that we have inside the Grid EA that I've had made. Now first of all, long, so what it means is when you place a grid it'll start long. If we want to change them around, which looking at placing it onto this chart we would have to, so false, true. So basically what we're doing now is when we select OK, it will start a short grid. Now as default they come as a standard 3-stage grid. Now you can have all different stages, you can have 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever you want, but the standard default setting is a 3-stage grid. The grid size default is 30 pips. Now we just established that we want to change that to, we're going to have a 60 pip grid. The profit target is default 100, but we're going to change that to 200, and the stop loss is a standard default 15, we're going to change that to 30. So basically we've just doubled all them values. Now if I scroll down to the bottom here, because we want a 3-stage grid, this is the size of each order that's going to open. So the first order is going to open at 0.1 of a contract, which on this account will equal $1 a pip, $1 a pip, and $4 a pip. If we went for the stage 4, stage 5 grids, this it would be 8, and it would be 1, 2, so $12. Now we can change these if we want. They don't have to be at these values. We could change this one to a 3 if we want, so it would be 1, 1, 3, or we could change it to this one to to a 6 or 5, whatever we wanted. And as you get into the grid, you'll understand about these and how changing them slightly will lock in some profit for you if you don't complete your grid. So this all looks fine now. If I click this button, we're automatically going to start a short grid. So let's go. So there we go. And we can see straight away we've got our entry point just here. Let me just bring this down slightly. We've got our entry point here. Make sure you've got your smiley face with your expert advisor turned on. So we've entered a short position just here. Let's see. Oh, didn't want that. You can see here we've entered at basically $1 a pip at 165.55, and we've got our stop loss at 165.88. So we're 30 points away with the stop loss. Now what happens is when the price comes down here and opens the second order that we have waiting just here, our stop loss will move to break even. So what in effect is happening is the profit that we've made from the first move, we're more or less reinvesting that money back into the second position. And then we've got two positions open, and when this line's hit the $4 a pip, what happens then is the stop loss moves to 30 points behind it, and the profits we made from the first two moves basically fund the $4 move. So really, once you get to this line here and your stop loss is at break even, you cannot lose. But what happens then, when we've got our target here, we have three positions open, one at $1 from this point, one at $1 from this point, and one at $4 from this point. So we're building up the position. We're using the money that basically we've locked in to open up the bigger position. So from this point to our target is 200 pips. So that's $200. From this point to our target is 160. Sorry, 140 pips at dollar a point. So 140. And at this point to our target, we're on 80 pips. So all in all, we've got a very big return for our very small outlay. So what it means is you don't need many winners to actually come away with quite a substantial profit. Now I know placing grids, they're not always successful. Like I said earlier, we can adjust these amounts so we can lock in some of the profit, especially on the third move, sorry, and when we're using a 4-stage and 5-stage grid, we don't have to use all the money that we've made. We can use part of it to lock in profits. So that's the Grid EA. It's a very powerful tool when you get to learn how to use it correctly, and I hope you will enjoy it. If you have any questions about this EA, please contact me at support@21tradingsystems.com. Okay, thank you for your time.